welcome to the March or Die show today. Very glad to have you joining me. And today is a special episode. We are coming into the summer months, wherever it is you are. Hopefully it's starting to warm up a little bit. I am recording today in Texas. It's about 10 million degrees. So we know summer is here, but it's getting warmer. More than that, the kids are out of school or just about out of school. We're entering the summer months. And today I would like to talk about, again, it's a little bit of a different episode, but I'd like to talk about how we can march through summer. How do we march through summer? One of the things that I've learned in my life is that often I hit pause, I stop, I raise that white flag, I surrender, I give up, I decide to stay where I am and die instead of putting one foot in front of the other and marching when things change, seasons change, and the different things that I've been involved in are no longer there. My routines change. All of these things change, and that is a dangerous time if we're not prepared. And I think summer, as much as we look forward to it, can be a dangerous time if we're not prepared. So today, I want to talk about how we can march through the summer, and we're going to get into that in just a moment. Again, welcome back. Thank you for joining the show today. Very glad to have you, and I trust that you are having a good start to the summer. And we're going to talk about how to have a great summer, how to march through it in an intentional way. Before we jump into that, though, I want to remind you, if you are not yet subscribed to the show, please subscribe. Whatever platform you enjoy listening from, whether it's an audio platform or you are on YouTube, you're watching the video, wherever you enjoy listening or watching from, go ahead and subscribe. That lets you know when the content is pushed out live just about every Wednesday morning. I do my best to get out Wednesday mornings. But when that content comes out live, if you are subscribed, you get that right away. That also helps me and allows me to produce more content and do more shows like this. So I would appreciate that. And then take some time, go to marchordie.com, marchordie.com. That's the website for this show. Archived episodes are there. The new episodes appear there. There are links out to the Mighty Oaks Foundation, links out to my personal pages, links out to socials, and the March or Die store is there as well that you can buy March or Die merchandise. So please go and check that out. I would appreciate that. That would be fantastic. As we come into the summer months, we need to be prepared. I think that for a lot of us, particularly if you have kids in school and you're looking forward to a vacation, you're looking forward to that break, you look forward to the summer, and maybe you've been planning what you're going to do this summer for many months. Maybe this break is something that you've been hanging on to as you've been moving through your work or your life responsibilities, but you get to the summer and you want to enjoy that. Again, if you're anything like me, there is the possibility that instead of enjoying the summer, instead of experiencing all that you thought you would experience in the summer, the summer can become a frustrating time. It can be a time that comes and goes very quickly, where you don't necessarily enjoy everything that you thought you would. The summer months can be very dangerous in the life of a person who hasn't planned or prepared, and in the life of a family who's not ready. There's something about getting knocked off of our routines and bringing in new routines and bringing in new people sometimes and changing up locations if we're traveling. That can be really very dangerous, again, if we're not prepared. And I want to help you be as prepared as you can possibly be. How do you march through the summer? Don't quit. Don't give up. Don't get to the other side of the summer and feel regret, or get to the other side of the summer and wonder how you're going to continue into the fall. How do you march through the summer in an intentional way? This is a very simple episode today. I'm going to give you 4 words. I'll explain those words, but I think that you can take those if you onboard them. They can help you as you get into the summer. The first word is this. You ready? First word that will help you march through the summer in a good way is this word. It's the word plan. You need to plan. If you fail to plan, they say you have planned to fail. I almost got that wrong. If you fail to plan, you have planned to fail. And that's so true in any area of life, of course. And we've talked about this on the show before. But if you don't put in the work ahead of time to plan, asking the questions, what are we going to do and how are we going to do that and how much is it going to cost and how are we going to get everyone on board, then you're going to get through the summer. You're going to be frustrated on the other side because you didn't make progress. And in fact, you may have even gone backwards. You need to plan. And right now, here at the beginning of June is a great time to do that. The kids are just out of school or they're getting out of school. Routines are changing a little bit. Now is the time to sit down with your family if you don't have a family, to sit down by yourself with a calendar and begin to plan. What am I going to do this summer? What am I going to accomplish? That word plan, I would encourage you to plan in 3 specific areas. Number 1, plan with your family. Again, so important. Your family is always changing. As the kids get older, as kids maybe even move out of your home or move into a different area of their lives where they're involved in other activities or sports or whatever, things are changing. And maybe you have kids coming home from college. They've been away for a while and now they're back in your home. They've been away over the last several months, but here they are. What are you going to do as a family this summer? Sit down with a calendar, sit down with your family, ask what it is each one of them would like to do, and begin to put a plan in place. Maybe there are trips that you want to take or just special things that you want to do at home, but plan for those things. Don't just talk about them. Figure out what those are, put them on the calendar, and if money is involved, begin setting the money aside. Whatever resources you need, whatever time off of work needs to happen, put those pieces in place so that you can execute on the plan. It will be so much better for you to get to the end of summer as the kids go back to school and as you get back into a normal work routine to have done exactly what you set out to do. Things change. That's okay. Maybe you won't hit all of those goals, but plan. Plan as a family. That's one area. The second area I would encourage you to plan is physically. Now, I hope that you are someone who takes care of yourself. You eat right and you work out, you exercise, you're taking care of the body, the vessel that God has given you to accomplish what He's set in front of you. The summer is a time where, because of routines changing, we can get out of the normal patterns of even taking care of our bodies. We eat things we wouldn't normally eat. We are maybe more sedentary than we would normally be. Plan for how you're going to take care of your body. Because when you get back into the fall and you continue on through the rest of the year, you don't want to have to start over again. And some of you have fought to get to where you are physically. You've gotten in shape. You've done the things you needed to do. And you want to maintain that. Maybe it will look different. It probably will over the course of the summer months. But what are you going to do? How many days a week are you going to exercise? Where are you going to exercise? What's that going to look like? Do you have any health or fitness goals over the next couple of months? Set those up. Again, don't just coast through this. You can be better on the other side of the summer if you are willing to plan. So plan as a family. As a family, sit down. What are we going to do? How are we going to do it? What resources do we need? And you'll get to the other side of the summer thankful you did. Physically, what are you going to do? How are you going to stay in shape? How are you going to take care of yourself? What is that going to look like through these summer months? And then finally, I would say spiritually. Again, it's the craziest thing when our routines get off that spiritually often our routines get off. We've talked about this a lot, but we should be every day in the Word. We should be every day in prayer. We should be in a community of believers. We should be in a church community. We should be connected to others who can encourage us and help us. That should be a regular part of our lives. It's amazing how when routines change, we stop reading our Bible, we stop praying, and many even stop going to church through the summer months because we'll get back to that in the fall or we're doing something else. Stay engaged in your spiritual life. Stay engaged spiritually. But again, plan for that. If you don't plan for how you're going to grow through the summer, then you're not going to grow spiritually through the summer. The summer months may even provide an opportunity for you to read different books than you would read or study some area that you wouldn't normally study. Spiritually speaking, how are you going to grow over the next few months? You can, and God can bless that, and certainly He will, but you need to be prepared. So the first word we looked at was the word plan. You need to plan as a family, you need to plan physically, and you need to plan spiritually. This will help you to march through the summer. Here's the second word. The second word is this. It is the word accept. Accept. A-C-C-E-P-T, accept. Accept that routines will change. Accept that your life will change. Accept that things will be different over the next couple of months. That's part of planning. It is accepting that you're in a different stage or phase right now than you were last week and different than you will be in the fall. Accept that things have changed. This is very important. You can have a very frustrating summer season if you're fighting every day to keep things the same. Listen, your kids should probably read books over the summer, but if they're not in school, they should also enjoy different activities and be engaged in other things. Things are different during these summer months. Again, depending on where your kids are. Maybe they need to work a job, or maybe they need to get involved in a sporting event, or whatever it is. Accept that things will be different over the next couple of months. Take the pressure off of yourself and settle in to the fact that things are going to be a little bit different. And that's okay. How you interact with your kids, how you interact with your spouse, how you interact with the other people around you. Your workplace may be different as people go on vacations and trips, and even the work environment may be different. Don't fight it. Accept it. That change can be refreshing if you'll allow it to be. Sometimes having these changes come into our lives, it breaks up the routines that we've been accustomed to, and that can be scary to us, but it can also be refreshing and empowering. It's something different. Accept that things are different now, knowing they'll get back to normal later on in the year after the summer is over. Accept it. Take the pressure off yourself. Be okay with how things are. So the first word is plan. You need to plan as a family, plan physically, and plan spiritually. What are we going to accomplish in the next couple of months? Accept that things are different. Accept that things have changed. Maybe folks coming back, maybe they're leaving, maybe you're around your family more than you would be otherwise. Whatever the case, accept it. It's okay. Things have changed. It's temporary. It's going to be fine. That leads me to the next word. The next word is this: routine. Now, I don't want this to sound contrary to what I just said, all right? Accept that things are different. Accept that your routines will be different. Accept that your routines at work will be different. Things are different. But as quickly as you can, establish a routine for yourself. Where we fall into real areas of danger are when we get out of our normal routines. We get into routines of when we wake up and when we go to sleep, and when we eat and what we eat, and again, how we exercise and how we go to church and how we're engaged with our families and what we do at work. We have those routines, and those routines can be very, very helpful, because even when you don't feel like doing something, even when you're tired or there's other things going on in your life, if you stay on your routine, that routine will carry you forward. And remember, this is the March or Die show. We talk about how to move forward when there are obstacles in your way. And one of the big obstacles to continuing forward movement is breaking up our normal routines. Now, I just said we need to accept that things are different, and that's true, but accepting that doesn't mean we throw our hands up in the air and just decide that we're going to take each day as it comes and just go through it, hopefully get to the other side, and then figure it out later. Set up new routines for yourself. If you have kids coming home that have been away for the school year, set up routines for how your family will function now that there are different people in the house. Maybe you are a stay-at-home or a work-from-home type of person, and you've got the kids in the house now. Set up some routines. Let everyone know how things are going to flow through the day and through the week and through the month. Set up those routines so that you and everyone else in the family knows what is going to happen. You can plan for what's going to happen. Have some routines. Again, when it comes to your spiritual life, maintain or develop a new routine for Bible reading and prayer and going to church. Develop those new routines, understanding or accepting that they're temporary. This is for this season. These are the routines for this season. These are the routines for this circumstance as things are right now. So the first word is plan. Plan as a family, plan physically, plan spiritually. What are we going to do? How are we going to accomplish what we want to this summer? Accept that things are different. That's okay. Accept it. It's going to be fine. And then the word is routine. Develop a new routine for the next several months. Don't close your eyes and just hope to get through this summer, or just hope that somehow it's going to be an amazing summer. You need to plan, you need to accept, and you need to establish a new routine so that you can accomplish all that you want to. The final word is this. It's the word re-engage. Re-engage. As you come out of the summer, and it seems maybe, don't make me think about the end of the summer, right? That's what people would say. But you will get to the end of the next couple of months. Have a plan for re-engaging. Re-engaging in your work, if your work routines or environment have changed a little bit. Re-engaging with those social connections that maybe you set aside or that look different over the summer. Re-engaging in those things that are a part of your old routine, the routine that you've been living through. Have a plan for re-engaging. This is where we lose people. We get so out of our normal routines during the summer, and this applies at any time that things change, but we're talking about the summer. We get so out of our normal routines during the summer that when it's time to get back into our work routines and back into our normal fitness routines and back into our normal spiritual routines and back into our normal family environment or family routines, what do? Well, we can take months to finally get back into those routines. And sometimes we never re-engage with those old routines. We never get back. As you are planning for the summer, as you've accepted that things are different and developed new routines, begin planning or at least thinking about how you're going to get back into the routines that will carry you forward at the end of the summer, into the fall, and through the rest of the year. This is a process with these words that you can go through anytime seasons change. This could be a holiday season, certainly the summer season, maybe some other season of life that you're dealing with where things have changed. Plan, put in place those pieces that need to be there so you can accomplish what you need to accomplish, develop new routines, and be prepared to re-engage when the time to re-engage comes. This is very important. In my own life, I have really struggled during seasons of change. One of the reasons I've struggled during seasons of change is because the routine of life often becomes overwhelming. And an outside change coming into that routine is welcome. I want that change. But what I do if I'm not careful is I use that change as an excuse to behave in ways I would not normally behave. I use the change that's come into my life as the reason I'm not doing the things that I know I should do. As a reason I'm disengaging from those things that I know are important. And the people that I know are important, the relationships that I know are important. I don't work as well as I should. Why? Because there's a change and I can use that as an excuse to behave badly. Don't allow a changing season, even one that you've looked forward to, the season of summer, to become the excuse to begin behaving badly. This march or die idea is something that touches every area of our lives, and it should. I was asked about this a couple days ago. How often do you think about march or die? For me, it's become an everyday thing because it really clarifies for me what I need to be doing. Because we all have moments where obstacles and difficulties and trials and all the stuff that we talk about come into our life. Sometimes they're not huge life-ending events. Sometimes it's just friction. Sometimes it's just change. But if we're not careful, when we've been making progress, one foot after another, one step after another, marching forward, we can see that progress come to an end because something from the outside has inserted itself. And now we have to make a decision. Again, this is a daily decision. Am I going to stay where I am and die, or will I march? Will I put one foot in front of the other and continue moving forward? That's a decision I have to make. It's a decision I have to make every day. It's a decision I make in every relationship. It's a decision I make at work. It's a decision I make as I interact with the people around me. It's a decision I have to make as I think about my future. Am I going to stay where I am and die? Am I going to be content with where I am? Raise the white flag, put the vehicle into neutral, so to speak. Am I going to be okay with that? Or will I do the better thing and put one foot in front of the other and march? This is the question I have to answer every single day. And as silly as it may seem to have a march or die episode where we talk about how to plan for the summer, if you have not experienced this, take it from someone who has experienced it, has seen it in others. The summer months can be amazing. They can be wonderful. They can be everything you hope they would be. Or they can be the reason your family gets off track, your relationships get off track, your work life gets off track, your spiritual life gets off track, your physical life gets off track, and you have to fight for the next several months to get all of that back to where it needs to be. Don't lose what you've gained. Don't lose the progress that you've made, even though the season changes. Understand where you are, accept it, Things are going to be different, but plan. Plan as a family. Plan physically. Plan spiritually. Develop new routines that will continue to carry you forward through the summer months, and then be prepared to re-engage. So important. And I hope that you'll take that on board. Again, that's not just for summer. This is something that's been on my mind. My kids just got out of school, and we're talking about what we're going to do over the next couple of months. And man, it has to be intentional, or you get to the end of this and go, what did we even do? You only have a few years with your family. You only have a few summers in your life. It seems like a lot. It's only a few. Make the most of it. Make the best of it. Grow through this time, and you'll be very glad that you did. I hope that was a help to you. I know maybe a different type of episode, a little bit shorter than normal, but some thoughts there that can be a help to you. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't yet gone to the March or Die website, go to marchordie.com. Check that out. That would be awesome. If you would go ahead and do that, that'd be fantastic. And then take some time. Go to Life Audio, lifeaudio.com. I mention this just about every episode, but Life Audio is the platform that hosts this podcast. And on Life Audio, you'll find, I don't even know what the number is, many, many other great faith-focused podcasts on every conceivable topic. So go and check that out, and you'll be glad that you did. We're always looking for content, and that's a great place to go, lifeaudio.com. Again, thank you for listening and or watching. Really appreciate it, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Many of our veterans feel they need to fight their battles alone. This self-isolation has led to the staggering statistic of more than 20 veterans taking their lives every day. The mission of Mighty Oaks is to eradicate the veteran suicide epidemic and help our warriors change their legacies. We've been able to help over 4,000 veterans and first responders by equipping them with the tools they need to live the lives they were created to live. Our faith-based, peer-to-peer approach has one of the highest success rates of any program available today, offering hope and understanding to those who need it most. By aligning their lives to biblical principles, these men and women are able to lead their families, their communities, and our nation. It's your generosity that can make a difference in the lives of the men and women who have fought for our country and our freedoms. Now that they're home, don't let them fight alone. Learn more at mightyoaksprograms.org.